So March 2020, today we're talking about what's going on at work. I'll start out by saying every day at school I start with a quote. This is a really appropriate quote because this month, coming off of spring break, we are doing distance learning. Thanks to the COVID-19 virus. So there's not really a whole lot going on at work. I do have a couple clips. So here's work, March of 2020. So just before leaving on spring break, we were basically told that the week after spring break we would have a week of distance learning. And because I don't know what sort of technology my students have at home, I came up with an idea of having, at least in my intro class, my students programming their TI calculators. All of the students at the school are required to buy a graphing calculator for Algebra 1, and Algebra 1 happens to be a prerequisite for my class. So I just made the assumption that everybody would at least have that technology so we could at least get started. I have programmed a TI calculator before, but it has been a very, very long time. But the programming language for the TI calculator is very much based in BASIC, and so a lot of the stuff that we've been covering over the course of the semester I felt really applied to the calculator. So I came up with just a short project for my students to be working on for that first week after break, while I tried to determine if we were going to be going back to the classroom sooner than later, or what my students had access to if we were going to continue with our distance learning scenario. Through the end of March, we have actually been doing distance learning the entire time. I've made a few changes, but for the most part, it is all in my intro class has been calculator based. Another activity that I participated in quite a bit the first 2 weeks of the distance learning is making sure that students had access to technology. So I was arranging meetings with parents and students to sign contracts and get them some Chromebooks. I had a bunch of Chromebooks that I snagged from the school so that I could check them out, and Miss Schaefer in the library also had a set, and so between the two of us and district also had a form that parents could sign out, we got technology to students. Know that I've ever been here when there's only been one car in the parking lot. Man, that's a weird feeling. So this week I've been spending a lot of time at school, mostly just waiting here to drop off laptops for students. But since the school's closed and I actually can't go into the building, actually get written up at this point. So, so nobody's here.